In the early hours of October 31st, 2020, the tranquility of Sabine County, Texas, was shattered by a discovery that would forever alter the fabric of this close-knit community. 19-year-old Livye Lewis, a recent high school valedictorian with a promising future, was found lifeless in her car, a victim of a fatal gunshot wound to the neck. Nearby, her ex-boyfriend, 26-year-old Matthew Edgar, stood bloodied and disoriented, professing a haunting claim. He had no memory of the night's events. This tragic incident not only raised immediate questions about the circumstances leading to Livye's untimely death, but also set off a chain of events that would expose deep-seated emotions, a community's quest for justice, and a legal battle fraught with unexpected twists. As we delve into the intricate details of this case, we will explore the lives intertwined by this tragedy, the evidence that surfaced, and the relentless pursuit to uncover the truth behind the Blackout murder of Livye Lewis. Livye Lewis was a vibrant 19-year-old from Sabine County, Texas, celebrated for her academic excellence and leadership as her high school's valedictorian. On October 31st, 2020, her lifeless body was discovered in her vehicle, the result of a gunshot wound to the neck. The prime suspect, Matthew Edgar, was found nearby, covered in blood and claiming to have no recollection of the incident. This case quickly garnered widespread attention, raising questions about memory, culpability, and the quest for justice. A recent high school valedictorian, Livye was known for her academic achievements and aspirations for a bright future. Her untimely death left a void in her family and community, who remember her as a beacon of potential and kindness. At 26, Matthew Edgar was Livye's ex-boyfriend. On the night of the incident, he was discovered near the crime scene, bloodied and disoriented. Edgar claimed to have no memory of the events leading to Livye's death, a statement that would become a focal point in the ensuing investigation and trial. In the heart of Sabine County, Texas, a young woman's promising future was abruptly cut short, leaving a community grappling with unanswered questions and profound grief. To understand the depth of this tragedy, we must first delve into the life of Livye Lewis, a beacon of hope and ambition, and her complex relationship with Matthew Edgar, a connection that would ultimately lead to unforeseen consequences. Livye Lewis was more than just a name in the small town of Hemphill. She was a symbol of dedication, resilience, and aspiration. Born and raised in Sabine County, Livye's upbringing was steeped in the values of hard work and community service. From a young age, she exhibited a thirst for knowledge, often immersing herself in books and academic pursuits. Her commitment to excellence culminated in her being named valedictorian of her high school class, a testament to her unwavering dedication. This achievement was not merely a personal milestone, but a beacon of pride for her family and the broader community. Friends recall her as someone who balanced her academic responsibilities with extracurricular activities, often leading study groups and participating in community service projects. Beyond academics, Livye had a profound love for the arts. She was an active member of the school's drama club, where she showcased her talent in various productions, leaving audiences in awe of her versatility and passion. Her performances were not just acts on a stage, but reflections of her vibrant spirit and creative soul. Family was the cornerstone of Livye's life. She shared a close bond with her parents and siblings, often spending weekends engaged in family activities like hiking, fishing, and attending local events. Her nurturing nature extended to her role as a mentor to younger students, guiding them through academic challenges and inspiring them to pursue their dreams. Livye's aspirations reached far beyond the confines of her hometown. She had been accepted into a prestigious university, where she planned to major in biomedical engineering. Her goal was to innovate medical technologies that could improve the quality of life for individuals with disabilities, a reflection of her altruistic character and desire to make a tangible difference in the world. Amidst her bustling life, Livye entered into a relationship with Matthew Edgar, a 26-year-old resident of the same community. Their paths crossed at a local event, where an initial friendship gradually blossomed into a romantic involvement. Matthew, known for his charismatic demeanor, was a familiar face in Hemphill, often seen participating in local sports events and social gatherings. The early stages of their relationship were marked by shared interests and mutual support. They attended community events together, and Matthew was often present at Livye's performances, cheering her on from the front row. Friends noted their chemistry, describing them as a couple that complemented each other's personalities. However, as time progressed, underlying issues began to surface. Matthew's struggles with jealousy became more apparent, especially concerning Livye's academic commitments and interactions with her peers. Incidents of possessiveness led to frequent disagreements, casting shadows over their once harmonious relationship. Friends and family observed these tensions with growing concern. Close confidants of Livye recounted instances where she expressed unease about Matthew's unpredictable behavior. Despite these challenges, Livye's compassionate nature often led her to believe she could help Matthew overcome his insecurities, hoping that patience and understanding would restore the equilibrium in their relationship. The dynamics between them became increasingly strained as Livye's plans for the future began to take shape. Her impending move to university introduced additional stressors, with Matthew expressing apprehension about the physical and emotional distance that would ensue. This period was marked by a series of breakups and reconciliations, each leaving emotional scars that deepened the complexities of their bond. In the months leading up to the tragic event, the volatility of their relationship escalated. Friends urged Livye to prioritize her well-being, sensing the potential for harm. Despite their advice, Livye's empathetic disposition made it difficult for her to sever ties completely, as she remained hopeful for a resolution that would be beneficial for both. This intricate tapestry of love, ambition, and turmoil set the stage for a sequence of events that would culminate in an unimaginable tragedy, leaving an indelible mark on all who knew them. What happens next will leave you speechless. Don't miss out. Subscribe now for more stories like this. In the early hours of October 31st, 2020, the town of Hemphill, Texas, awoke to a harrowing scene that would forever alter its sense of security. At approximately 5 a.m., authorities discovered 19-year-old Livye Lewis lifeless in her car, parked along the side of a rural road. She was draped over the steering wheel, a fatal rifle shot to her neck, extinguishing a life brimming with promise. Nearby, in a state of apparent disarray, was her ex-boyfriend, 26-year-old Matthew Edgar. He was found in a fetal position behind the vehicle, bloodied yet uninjured, with a rifle lying adjacent to him. When questioned, Edgar professed a disturbing claim. He had no recollection of the events that transpired that night. The initial response by law enforcement was swift and thorough. Sabine County Sheriff's investigator, J.P. McDonough, led the inquiry, immediately noting the peculiarities of the scene. The positioning of Livye's body suggested she was conversing with someone she trusted, as her legs were crossed, indicating a lack of immediate threat perception. Forensic analysis played a pivotal role in piecing together the night's events. The rifle found beside Edgar was identified as the murder weapon. Despite Edgar's bloodied appearance, medical examinations confirmed he bore no physical injuries, raising questions about the source of the blood and the veracity of his amnesia claims. The absence of eyewitnesses added complexity to the case. However, digital evidence provided crucial insights. Text messages retrieved from Edgar's phone revealed a tumultuous relationship with Livye, marked by jealousy and possessiveness. Notably, prior to the incident, Edgar had sent ominous messages, including one stating, "I will watch y'all," take y'all with a smile on my face. As the investigation progressed, the community grappled with the dissonance between Edgar's professed memory loss and the mounting evidence suggesting premeditation. The juxtaposition of a young woman's tragic demise and an ex-boyfriend's dubious claims set the stage for a legal battle that sought to uncover the truth and deliver justice for Livye Lewis. Following the tragic death of Livye Lewis on October 31st, 2020, Matthew Edgar was promptly arrested and charged with her murder. Despite the severity of the charge, legal technicalities led to unexpected developments. Due to delays in convening a grand jury, a judge was compelled by law to release Edgar on a $50,000 bond before his indictment. The trial commenced on January 24, 2022, with Edgar present during the initial proceedings. The prosecution presented a compelling case, highlighting forensic evidence and digital communications that pointed toward Edgar's involvement in Livye's death. Central to the defense was Edgar's assertion of memory loss regarding the events of that fateful night. This claim was scrutinized extensively, with experts weighing in on its plausibility. A dramatic turn occurred on January 27, 2022, when Edgar failed to appear in court. Despite his absence, the trial proceeded, and the jury ultimately found him guilty of murder. He was sentenced in absentia to 99 years in prison. After nearly a year on the run, Edgar was apprehended on December 29, 2022, near Hemphill, Texas. His capture involved multiple agencies, including the U.S. Marshals Joint East Texas Fugitive Task Force and the Sabine County Sheriff's Office. On January 3, 2023, Edgar was formally sentenced. During the sentencing, Livye's family had the opportunity to address the court, expressing their profound grief and the enduring impact of their loss. Edgar is currently serving his sentence, with eligibility for parole projected for May 31, 2052. This case underscores the complexities of the legal system and the profound effects of violent crime on victims' families and communities. On January 27, 2022, during his ongoing trial for the murder of Livye Lewis, Matthew Edgar failed to appear in court. Despite his absence, the trial proceeded, and he was convicted and sentenced to 99 years in prison. Edgar's disappearance prompted an immediate manhunt. Following his escape, law enforcement agencies, including the U.S. Marshals Joint East Texas Fugitive Task Force, Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, and the Sabine County Sheriff's Office, collaborated in an extensive search for Edgar. He was subsequently added to the Texas 10 Most Wanted Fugitives list. Authorities issued public appeals for information, offering a reward of up to $5,000 for tips leading to his capture. After nearly a year on the run, Edgar was apprehended on December 29, 2022, near Hemphill, Texas. Acting on investigative information, law enforcement officers located him at a residence in rural eastern Sabine County. He was found on a back porch and taken into custody without incident. Edgar's capture brought relief to the community and marked the end of a prolonged period of uncertainty following his escape during the trial. The tragic loss of Livye Lewis profoundly affected her family, leaving an indelible mark on their lives. During the sentencing of Matthew Edgar, Livye's grandmother, Janice Lewis, and her mother, Darcy Bass, addressed the court with heartfelt statements. While specific details of their addresses remain private due to the absence of cameras in the courtroom, reports indicate that the atmosphere was charged with raw emotion, reflecting their deep grief and enduring pain. In the wake of Livye's death, the community rallied to honor her memory and seek justice. Vigils were held, providing spaces for collective mourning and reflection. The Justice for Livye campaign emerged on social media platforms, uniting supporters and amplifying calls for accountability. This movement not only kept Livye's story in the public eye, but also fostered a sense of solidarity among community members. Additionally, initiatives like the Miss Purple Rain event were organized, with proceeds benefiting the Livye Lewis Memorial Scholarship Fund, ensuring her legacy continues to inspire and support others. The collective response underscores the community's resilience and commitment to honoring Livye's memory, transforming their grief into meaningful action and support. Matthew Edgar's claim of memory loss regarding the events surrounding Livye Lewis's death introduces complex psychological and legal considerations. Crime-related amnesia is a phenomenon recognized within the medical community, with studies indicating a notable frequency among individuals accused of serious offenses. However, the authenticity of such claims is often met with skepticism due to the potential for malingering. Forensic experts are frequently called upon to assess the credibility of amnesia claims, evaluating whether the memory loss is genuine or fabricated. The challenge lies in distinguishing between true amnesia and feigned forgetfulness, as wrongful acceptance or dismissal of these claims can significantly impact the fairness of legal proceedings. Prosecuting cases where defendants assert amnesia presents unique challenges. The legal system generally maintains that amnesia, in isolation, does not render a defendant incompetent to stand trial. Courts have consistently held that a lack of memory about the crime does not absolve an individual of criminal responsibility, provided they can comprehend the proceedings and assist in their defense. This stance underscores the principle that awareness of one's actions at the time of the offense is distinct from the ability to recall those actions later. Fleeing during a trial, as Edgar did, carries significant legal consequences. Under federal law, escaping or attempting to escape from custody can result in additional charges, punishable by up to 5 years of imprisonment and/or fines. Such actions not only lead to separate criminal charges, but also influence the court's perception of the defendant's character, potentially resulting in harsher sentencing for the original offense. The act of fleeing is often interpreted as consciousness of guilt, thereby undermining any claims of innocence or diminished responsibility. In summary, while claims of amnesia introduce intricate psychological and legal dynamics, they do not typically impede the prosecution of a case. Moreover, absconding during legal proceedings exacerbates the defendant's legal predicament, leading to additional charges and negatively impacting judicial outcomes. The case of Livye Lewis is one that remains etched in the minds of many. A young woman with a bright future, taken in an instant under circumstances that led to a tangled web of memory loss claims, a dramatic escape, and an eventual capture. From the night of Halloween 2020 to Matthew Edgar's sentencing, the pursuit of justice was long, and the emotional toll was immeasurable. Her family fought tirelessly, the community stood in solidarity, and the legal system worked to bring closure. Yet the question lingers: was justice truly served? Beyond the facts, this case forces us to confront deeper societal issues. How many red flags go ignored before tragedy strikes? How often do abusers evade accountability, leaving families to pick up the shattered pieces? Livye Lewis's story is not just about a single act of violence. It's about the unseen battles so many face behind closed doors. The warning signs were there. The pain was real. But in the end, was it all preventable? As we reflect on Livye's story, we must ask ourselves, what can we do to prevent another tragedy like this? If you or someone you know is in a dangerous situation, seek help, speak out, and support organizations fighting against domestic violence. Let Livye's legacy be one of change, awareness, and action.